All right, Shalom. I want to start by giving all praise and glory to you. How about Shema, Shah, Shema, Kakwadash. Double honor to the apostle and others, great millstone. Shalom to the Akim, pushing the word and sincerity and the truth. It's the brother Barzal, and I just want to do a lesson on America being the revival of the ancient Roman Empire. You know, we're all familiar with the scriptures say you got certain people that try to buck up and disagree that America isn't the Roman Empire. All right, and reincarnation. When you read the seven heads and 10 horns, I've even read certain scholars say that those seven heads represent the 7 hills of Rome, because it's the 7 major hills in that landmass, and they like to equate that with the actual 7 heads, which that's really talking about empires. Mountains and hills represents big governments and minor governments, you know. So the ancient Roman Empire, it had allies, all right, you know, which all attached themselves, and that was the ancient beast. But the modern beast, of course, as we're familiar with, is America, which America is the whore, as is written in the book of Revelations, that sitteth upon the beast, and the beast will be EU and NATO, all right, the European Union, you know. So I was just looking into the Byzantine Empire the other day, and they're saying that the alternative name for the Byzantine Empire was Nova Roma, which is New Rome, and that makes sense because, of course, when Constantine established the Byzantine, which he was pretty much the head of the Byzantine Empire, one of the, of course, major faces that started the Byzantine Empire. Like I said, in the area, which he was the face, you got the Constantinian. This is a screenshot on my phone, of course. I could go to it and type it in on Google, but I was just going to go through it because I got a few other things screenshotted that I wanted to go through. So you see the Constantinian walls and type ancient city in modern day Turkey. And they coined it also as Nova Roma, which is New Rome, because he recentered and repositioned the Roman Empire's capital city to be Byzantium. All right. Now, we know that kingdom fell, and that was Israelites, predominantly Judites, Benjamin and Levi, you know, amongst the southern kingdom. I don't know which tribe in particular that engulfed it. Majority probably would be Judah, but it could be Levi, it could be Benjamin. But nonetheless, we know it was Negroes that occupied that landmass, you know, before Esau got up in there and they started to convert to Islam, you know, because you got the predominant nation in Turkey is Edomites, as we're all familiar with, but the religion in Turkey is, the predominant religion in Turkey is Islam, you know. Now they have a lot of cathedrals, and they got, because I even talked to this one guy, you know, he was from Turkey, and we was going back and forth. He was talking about Constantinople, you know, and I was like, you know, he asked me when did Constantinople get established, and I think I said it was 1453. I think it was 1325. I mixed it up one more or less, you know, I mixed up the dates, but we were just going back and forth, you know, because he knew I had a little bit of historical knowledge. I wasn't going to the scriptures, but I was just going into Turkish history, because I asked him, did he know Constantine? You know Constantine. He was like, oh shit, you know, this is a Negro that knows something. All right, but nonetheless, you know, I want to just bring out the point. Fast forwarding to America, which America is the Roman Empire reestablished. The principles, the identity, the structures, culture, the lifestyle, everything of the ancient Roman Empire is synonymous with America. America is pretty much a copy and paste version of the Roman Empire, plus various other kingdoms that are all amalgamated. That's why America is known as Babylon the Great. But I want to read this in Nova Rome, when it says, notable for providing extensive resources about Roman culture, Latin, ancient Roman customing, and reenacting guidelines Um, Nova Roma aims to be more than a community of reenactors of history study groups based on the reconstructed Roman ceremonies and spiritual aspects of the activities of Nova Rome, Strimska, Davi Elder, Galgyra, and Ashkar. So this is just something with the flag of Nova Rome. I'm pretty sure most people are familiar with this flag. I've seen this in various things. But this is really the point I want to make about Nova Rome and that terminology when it started even back then. So Latin Nova Roma is an international Roman cultural revivalist and reconstructionist organization created in 1998. So they actually created this as an actual organization in 98, later incorporated in Maine, the United States of America, as a nonprofit organization with educational and spiritual mission. Nova Roma is dedicated to promote the restoration of classical Roman religion, cultural virtues, and shared Roman ideals. Yes, so this establishment of Nova Rome is actually in Maine. All right. So we have that. We have also, which I did a lesson on a while back, about the Roman Empire, because the name goes back to Romulus and Remus. And the story with those sons is they so-called sucked on a she-wolf to survive, and established the Roman Empire, which were the Japhites. The original Romans were, you had the Etruscans, you had those Japhites that lived in that landmass. But you have here in Georgia, in Rome, Georgia, a statue that was given to them from actual Rome, Italy, and it says on the plaque, from old Rome to new Rome, and our Lord willing, I'll make it go to Rome, Georgia one time and do some, investigations or whatnot on that, because I've actually read it on Wikipedia of that statue and found it, but I wasn't actually there. But I know it to be there, of course it gives the location and stuff like that. All these things you could just Google. But there you have it. It's more proof that America, of course, is the Roman Empire. You can't work around these guys. Like I said, they try to come against us. They ain't doing nothing but coming against the prophecy and coming against the scriptures, because the Lord said that he was going to pretty much raise up that deadly wound that was healed. All right. When you have a deadly wound, you're going to have to sit down and get, as the saying goes, resuscitated. So Rome, even though they failed, they pretty much had to resuscitate. They had to move around and make some adjustments to be that standing kingdom. And the highest adjustment was pretty much establishing themselves here in America. So this is Revelation 13 and 12. I started 11. And I beheld another beast coming up out of the earth, and he had two horns like a lamb, and he spake as a dragon. All right. So this devil, he works from two sides. You have which in the ancient Roman Empire, you had the plebeians and the patricians, and now you have the Democrats and the Republic, which the plebeians were, if I'm not mistaken, that would be the Democrats. They were more so like the poor. They were for the poor. And the patricians, that's where you even have, if I'm not mistaken, the word patriot. All right, to be a patriotic, which that terminology is very heavy in America. It goes back to the patriot. All right, which the patricians, they were all about, they were pretty much today's Republicans. All right, and it even tells you in the book of Maccabees how they went to the Senate once a year. So the American judicial system, the American the legal structure, that's why you got to learn Latin. All right, when you're dealing in terms of legalese, all right, which that's his own language, but a lot of the legal terms, they mix a lot of Latin in there. If it ain't just terms that's created, which you got to branch things off that was created, they were created from the Latin. All right, so Rome's national language was Latin. So, of course, we know English is the national language in America, but you still gotta learn that Latin when it comes to certain qualifications. All right, even in the medical field, it's certain terms that go back to the Latin. All right, you got to learn certain Roman numerals. You know, these different, you know, a lot of the things that's, like I said, the legislations, a lot of these things were written in Latin. All right, so that is the deadly wound being healed. And it says, and he doeth great wonders, so that he maketh fire come down from heaven on earth in the sight of men. You know, and that's talking about America, you know, dropping missiles. You had Hiroshima and Nagasaki, Little Boy and Fat Man, you know, to detonate in the 1940s, particularly 1945. But like I said, the point I'm making is that kingdom that restored himself, deadly wound being raised up, and now they're wreaking havoc, just like their ancient forefathers. And they, you know, that's why they put the Caesars as some of the greats of all time. Julius Caesar, Augustus, Tiberius. You had Caligula. You had so many different Caesars, which they've written in the book of 2nd Ezra, the 11th and 12th chapter. You know, and a lot of that's synonymous to today, because what, like the prophets are subject to the prophets. You know, the Caesars and the kings are subject to the Caesars and the kings. Just because the kingdom falls doesn't mean that kingdom is over fully. That's why when the Lord was telling Saul to go into the land that he seen Agag the Amalekite, you know, the Amalekites land, he told him to kill them all, because what, they could actually scurry, which they did. That's what it ended up happening. And they could revitalize themselves in a different system, but it'll still be that house that emerged. All right, so I just wanted to make this short and sweet. Didn't want to go too long. I got some other content that I'm, you know, some other videos I'm gonna upload, of course. Just want to drop that because I was looking into that Nova Rome and I thought that was very interesting. Yeah, so with that, I'm gonna end it by giving all praise, honor, and glory unto Yahweh, Shema, Shai, Shema, Kakodash. Double honor to the apostles and elders, great millstone. Shalom, Akim.